Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Winklerverse. I'm Bart Winkler. Ryan Horvat is here. Horvy, it's Super Bowl week. I don't really feel the juice, but maybe I will after this trade deadline passes. We'll get into that. I do just want to say off the top, thank you to Horvat and a thank you to you. You may be watching on Facebook or YouTube, or you've got the podcast later with the Blue Wire feed, wherever you get your podcast, or you're watching us on Twitter. I feel like it's been 2 years and everyone's saying X. I will say X when Twitter.com does not take me to X.com. Then I'll have to. I mean, then at that point, the name has changed. But until then, I will continue to call it Twitter. And that I am tweeting at Bart Winkler Show. We are brought to you by Happy Place Hemp. Promo code is Bart, 25% off. We are live on the Dan Shaney YouTube stream. And because I not only love my sponsors and also use their products, an impassioned plea for maybe a new sponsor, as I need to fix this. This is a look at my hair from yesterday. We knew we were balding in the front. We did not know how bad it was getting in the back. I basically have a bridge connecting the two sides of my head from Lake Sore Spot.
Honestly, if you didn't tell me that was, I don't want to be rude, I would think that's a ball sack. You need to get the Brian Urlacher. Here, go make a trip to Gurney Mills. You'll see about 4 to 5 billboards that'll help you with that. I think you got two options here. This is what I told my cousin. All my buddies are going through this as well. You got two options.
Brian Urlacher outside of Chicago is like the Fox Cities version of Praise Jesus. There's billboards everywhere.
You know, my favorite.
Every other billboard driving up to Appleton, it's either like, I'm either going to become a God-loving man.
Yep.
Go up to Michigan to buy some weed, or have an uncomfortable conversation about abortions with the person next to me in the car. Those are the three signs you get: God, fetus, and weed.
I think that the reason you get all that is because what's his name? Russell Brand. Like all these guys that are like sexual deviants, you're just a terrible human being for years and years. And then when you want to change your image, you find God. So you figure, you're leaving Kenosha to go to the casino in Joliet, Illinois. What else should you market? So I think that you also have some lawyers. Don't forget about the DUI lawyers. They're all over the place too, especially where I'm from. I think you got two choices. Like I tell all my buddies and like I tell my family members. I mean, it's that stage, right? See, I'm getting the gray hairs. I'm blessed because my dad's side, like my grandpa, bald. Yeah, that's what he would look like. My grandpa Gordy, though, the great Gord, this guy right here, he always had the locks, man. He was just gray, as you could see here. Right?
Do you think they'll flag this video if this looks too much like
So even at 40, I got some nice hair.
Like this video, this kind of does look like a wang.
It looks like, remember when Kane in WWE or WWF, whatever it was at the time, he had to unmask? That's kind of what that looks like. You have two choices was what I'm trying to say. I do think that the hair plugs, man, I think that those, and the other good thing is we could probably get maybe a sponsor for the podcast and make some money off it.
Well, that's what I need. If I'm going to do this, I gotta do a spot. I mean, For Hims or Roman or Blue Chew or Rogaine, we could go classics here.
Yeah, but like the two options are, the other option would be that you bick it. And the problem is, can you get back to sport? We don't talk sports, Tim.
That's from Shay.
There'll be no.
Hey, I got to figure out if I'm going to your neck of the woods soon.
Whose? Mine or Tim's?
Tim's. Robert says, God, fetus, and weed, ironically, is the cure for baldness.
I agree. I don't know.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I don't
Tim, live edit this and post. All right, enough about my hair. We need a sponsor.
No, the
That's
other
great.
option is you bick it, but like I don't think you could pull off like the Vin Diesel. Like I got some buddies that can. I don't think that's your look. So, or you could just continue to do what really you've done for the last 20 years. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know you had hair. I've never seen you without a winter hat or a hat on.
What do you think my hair looked like?
No idea, no clue. I all the pictures I see or videos of you now are all from like 2003. You haven't even hit puberty in a lot of these videos. This is Bart Winkler. I do get a kick out of those though. Your emo stage.
Well, good. I appreciate that. We'll get into some Super Bowl picks. I did want to say first, I will be going live at some point Thursday for the trade deadline. The trade deadline's it's in the afternoon, right?
Fuck would I know? I told you I didn't even know Kevin Durant was on the Rockets until last week.
I know, but for some reason I thought it was later in the day, and then I thought it was maybe a little earlier in the day. So either way, when the trade deadline is happening, I will be live. I want to show you before that. Let me show you this. This is I have shaved my head before. Okay.
Let me see it.
So I'm going to put it up on the screen. Which is very hard. God, I'm like KB trying to figure this shit out on the fly. All right, this is me and my dear friend Scott Frisetto.
Yeah, I think you can pull it off. You need the beard, but yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, I need the beard. It was more red there too.
You look extra Irish.
Well, the green.
Yeah, I mean that helps.
This was for a St. Baldrick's event. This was I always talk about how I won a 50-50 at a charity event, and it was this event. So I was hosting, I shaved my head, I raised a bunch of money, then I won $150 on the event 50-50, and I was like, fuck, I got to give this back. But that's not what we're here to do today. We're here to make money.
I think the move, honestly, might be you always just dress in green like it's St. Patrick's Day. You know, you kind of give off that like rugby hooligan type look right there. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I mean, ask your wife. I don't really give a shit.
You know what I look like? I look like a Boston cop's degenerate younger brother. That's what I look like.
You do. Like you could play like
fucking PETA's up to no good again. Fucking PETA.
You could play like the sidekick in the town.
Yeah,
right? Like
you're
definitely not Jeremy Renner or Ben Affleck, but you could be like, you know, the degenerate buddy that kind of just like lingers around. And then he gets shot. He's like the first one to go down in the bank.
I die in the first 10 minutes.
Bank robbery goes wrong. Yeah. He gets fucking shot in the chest. They got him in the back. They can't take him to the hospital because they're criminals. And he's like, like blood's everywhere. And they're like, just hold on. He's like, I can't hold on. And then he dies. That's you there.
And but the reason they keep fighting is to avenge me. Because even though I was a fuck up, you know, PETA was a fuck up. But he was a fuck up. Corey says I look like a young Bill Burr.
Yeah, I can see it.
Horvat, Tim says, are you going to the Wisconsin Notre Dame game at Lambeau?
Maybe.
You want to go with me? I'll go with you.
I'll go. I haven't got tickets or anything like that. I would consider going. It's big year for Notre Dame, man. I continue to say they don't win it this year. They don't at least get back to the championship game. I don't know that it's going to happen. I know it's Notre Dame, but I think Marcus Freeman, especially when you look at some of these coaching hires, mainly Mike LaFleur, he's going to get an NFL job next year. As long as Notre Dame wins 10 games. I mean, he could have made the jump this year. So it's a big year for Notre Dame, especially because they got absolutely hosed last year. A little nervous about this season. But yeah, I'll go to that one.
People didn't like me. I was shitting on Matt LaFleur for being at Mike LaFleur's press conference. I said, be at least a perennial 5 seed before you start showing up for other teams' press conferences, asshole.
It's his brother. He was there to support his brother. I don't remember.
And then people are like, are you joking? I'm like, I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting on the reaction because I do want to bring this up. I do want to bring this up. and not from a political standpoint. I'm not sharing politics, even though everyone knows what I am. But this isn't that. This is a trick that I've done, and I've seen it now affect Paul Allen. So Paul Allen's talking on the radio, and he says something about paid protesters. I know exactly what he was doing. It's the same shit that we used to do during like COVID, where we would talk sports, but then we'd put in our little shot. You know, we put in those little shots for the people that are like, yeah, fuck, I'm with these guys. And then we try to like, there's a way to take a shot where if you're listening, it's like an inside joke on a radio show. You can listen, and if you don't, like, let's say you listen to Howard Stern. They might say something referencing something 20 years ago. You don't know, and it's not a big deal because your brain's not picking it up. But if you know, it like rings a bell in your head and your brain picks it up. So I used to do this all the time. That's what Paul Allen did. And so one of his jokes or his, things got too much of a negative backlash. So then the only course of action when that happens is to say, look, I was joking. It went too far. That's, what I'm doing with LaFleur saying he shouldn't have been at his brother's thing. But then Paul Allen did something that I've not yet done. I don't think I've had to do it. It was, I recently found Jesus and I got to be a better person. And I've never gone to that to pivot yet. I've always been like, I tweeted that night because I was drinking. I have a problem, I guess. So I've used alcohol the same way Paul Allen's used religion. And that is my thought on that.
I don't really have anything to add on that. What do you think about, you think Giannis gets traded?
Yeah, I'm sorry to keep your head there. I could have put it away so you didn't have to get shrapnel. But I didn't say anything out of school. I'm just, I get the psyche of Paul Allen in that moment. Now, I don't get the psyche of why he just gave me $1 chip at the link when I saw him there after the Super Bowl in Vegas. I said, Paul, you've been on my show multiple times. He goes, here's $1, kid. Good luck.
I love that.
He was fucking Mean Joe Green, and I'm finding him in the tunnel. I don't think Giannis gets traded. He did do an article with Jim Ozarski before the game.
J.O.
And then afterwards, he thought, you know what? I gave Jim this one-on-one. I'm going to give Eric, name, a one-on-one too. And both one-on-ones, both interviews, have a lot of great things that you can screenshot and then share and take credit for on Twitter and get the Elon bucks, because he said a lot of great things about my kids' passports say Milwaukee. I walked to my mom's house. We've buried my dad here. I grew up here. I've been here longer than than I remember being in Greece. So he said a lot of great things. So there's one of two ways that's going to go. One, Giannis really, 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 really wants to be here. Figure it out again, John Horst, and we'll see what happens. Or two, Giannis does not want to be the bad guy, so he's talking to the two beat reporters the day before the trade deadline to just let everybody know, look, I love Milwaukee. If it was up to me, I'd stay here forever. But this is happening instead. I love it here. So it felt like, I don't know yet. We're going to find out tomorrow. But the Giannis talking to Jimmo and the Giannis talking to Eric, I don't know what it's going to be because we don't know how it's going to play out. But it's either going to play out like this guy recommitted to Milwaukee again, or that was a goodbye. And I guess in 48 hours, less than that, 27 hours, we'll know. So I don't think he's getting traded, but I'm on standby. I mean, I am on standby if he does.
I think they should trade him only because I think actions speak louder than words. And obviously he's going to say that because I don't think he wants to be the bad guy. And also there's probably a part of him that does want to stay in Milwaukee, right? I mean, like leaving any other job, unless you hate everybody there, it's usually pretty tough. He's got some special memories. Also, though, like a lot of those guys are gone. I mean, even take that championship team. Middleton's gone. He's stuck here in fucking DC, I believe. Drew Holiday has moved on. Obviously, they traded him for Dame, which didn't work out. I think that you have to get the best package moving forward. I told you this on the last show. I would want a bunch of draft picks because I think that that's how you move on in the NBA. I don't want Tyler Hero and a bunch of guys that are going to make the team good enough to be the 10-11 seed, and then you're in the play-in. You're winning 35, 38 games, and then you're never going to be in the lottery. I already hate how it goes. We also talked about that, I know, but just to go over it again, like in the NFL, if you're the worst team, if you're the Giants, if you're the Raiders, you're going to be picking number 1 overall, number 2, number 3. In the NBA, it doesn't go down like that. And a lot of these teams, especially these small market or just boring ass teams like the Wizards, never have any luck. The Wizards are terrible every single season. Like they're rolling Jordan Poole out there to take 38 field goal attempts in a game, yet they never have the number 1 overall pick. Dallas.
Yeah, because the league's rigged, dude.
Because the league's rigged. But that's what I hate. But still, at the end of the day, to quote the great Giannis, I would want the draft picks.
The Spurs get the number 1 pick in generational drafts 3 times in 25 years when they're not that bad of a team in the first quarter of the century, and the Wizards and Hornets keep picking 8th and 9th. Come on.
Like, I don't want to be the dickbag that's like, what free agent's going to want to go to Milwaukee? But like, free agents don't even want to go to Chicago, except for the shitty ones, right? They all go to the same teams. So that's why I would want to win with.
You like that Vuk trade?
No, I don't like anything right now about like.
Did they start like 9-1? Remember when the Bulls started really good?
Yeah, and I told everybody, I was like, they're fugazi. This is a fake ass 9-1. They do this like every other year. A couple of years ago, they had a pretty fun team, and then Lonzo got hurt. Nobody cares about the Bulls. People in Chicago, unfortunately, do because they continue to sell out the UC. That's why they'll never just completely tank and suck. I don't know. I have more fun, though. I'll say this year watching the Bulls than I do when I try to watch the Bucks. It's kind of unenjoyable. And now
Bucks
Giannis
beat the Bulls last night, brother. Bucks beat the Bulls last night, my brother.
Bulls are terrible. I don't even know half the guys that they're rolling out at the end of these games. But Giannis, he's still a top 15, top 10 probably player in the league, right? But I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to build a roster here in the next 2 to 3 years of his prime to compete for a championship. So it's like, do you want to go to the Pfizer every single night, cheer on Giannis? I probably would, because that's what I wanted to do with Aaron Rodgers. But it's kind of a similar situation where, if you're like a big Bucks fan, a fan of the organization, probably just want to move on at this point. I mean, unless he really means it, wants to be in Milwaukee, but I don't know, man. I mean, all these teams in the East are young and upcoming, like the Pistons, and the Bucks are like, I feel like the last 5 years, 4 seasons, it's been the same thing. They're just trying to like throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks. Let's make this trade. Let's bring in this coach. It all kind of went to hell when they fired Bud.
What? Did I leave?
Maybe.
Where? Oh no, where are you?
I'm still here. I'm looking right at you. I'm looking right at your.
I changed my browser and I got confused.
So you were looking at porn while I was talking Giannis.
No, I have something Giannis to say because I wasn't going to unveil this, but since Eric and Jim both did, I actually also did an interview with Giannis.
Oh.
Yeah. Would you like to hear the money quote that he gave me?
I was wondering if he was going to be out with Trevor Thomas and on-air Josh. You got him?
Not on video, just a Q&A. He called me this morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a big fan of the pod, I know.
Yeah, after I brought my kid to school.
Yeah.
I said, so Giannis, if there's something that you could say directly to Milwaukee Bucks fans, because there's a lot of like, I read the piece Eric did. I read the piece Jim did. I've seen all this back and forth, but let's say a fan is interviewing you. You can speak directly to a fan. What would you say? Giannis, quote, I've been trying my best to get along, but that's okay. There's nothing left to say. So take your records and take your freedom. And then he went on to say, take your memories. I don't need them. Take your space and take your reasons, but you'll think of me. And I go, Giannis, that's pretty deep. And then he continued. And then he goes, and it's got to be a quick, we can't linger. If something happens, we have to separate and go our different ways. You take your cat and leave my sweater. because we'll have nothing left to weather. In fact, I'll feel a whole lot better if you'll think of me.
Is that Keith Urban?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you know that? I had to Google it. Are you a big Keith Urban guy?
Take my memories, take my freedom, take my friendships, I don't need them.
I thought that was like Uncle Cracker.
No.
Uncle Isn't Cracker Keith Urban married to Nicole Kidman?
No, they got divorced recently.
She was so hot in that movie. Remember the movie? She was always like hit or miss for me. Remember the movie To Die For, though? Where she like seduces the high school kids into killing her husband, Matt Dillon?
No, I never saw it.
You should watch that since we don't really have a whole lot else to do right now.
Who's the hottest anyone's ever been in a movie? I'll go first. Alicia Cuthbert, Girl Next Door.
I'll go with the girl from Can't Buy Me Love. Although, why the fuck is her name? Oh my God. Hold on. I'm not going to be able to do the show until I figure out. Is it what the hell is her name in Can't Buy Me Love? Sydney
Mancini?
Yes, thank you. But like, what's her real name? Amanda Peterson.
Amanda Peterson.
Yeah, I liked her. I had a thing for her growing up. I don't know.
I had a thing for Andy McDowell growing up.
I had a thing for like pretty much everybody growing, like Demi Moore. I loved, and especially if you saw the movie Disclosure. I still love Demi Moore. She's so hot. Sexy voice too. Kind of like yourself.
Oh, thank
you.
Anyway, I don't think Giannis gets traded, but this guy does.
I think Giannis gets traded. I just don't know where. I do. I think he gets moved. I just don't think
tomorrow. We're talking on Giannis trade day, you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Or they hold on to him, and in the end of they're probably going to end up getting nothing for him in return.
Well, if they do, even if they're motivated to trade him, like trade him on your time. Trade him this summer. Don't trade him when two teams are jockeying to out shitty packages. You got the Utah Jazz giving up 3 first-round picks for Jaren Jackson Jr. They suck.
Bulls would make a ton of sense. I just don't know that they have enough to give up, but it would make
we can't trade him to the Bulls.
Fucking the people
I'll move to fucking Russia.
Big Greek culture in Chicago. Oh, Giannis would be a hero there. He already is.
M Shark says there's no way he gets traded today. Everyone gets more assets in the summer. They'll wait. Well, and in the summer, there's more like the Bucks are trying to shop Giannis. It's 5:00 on a Sunday at a rummage sale. It's over. This shit needs to go. I don't want to put it back in my house. Fuck that. We got to have Giannis at 8 a.m. Friday morning prices of the rummage sale. These are people that took off work to be at day one of this fucking rummage sale or estate sale or garage sale, if that's your colloquial verbiage.
Here's really quick.
Don't sell them for 9 cents on the fucking dollar. Don't let anyone talk you down.
Here's my theory on the whole thing. I think Giannis wants to be traded. I think he wants to go somewhere where he could compete for a championship. I think he knows realistically that can't happen, at least this season in Milwaukee. But the offers, the packages weren't good enough for the Bucks. So they're not going to accept any of them, right? And so I think that he knows that now. So that's why he does the one-on-one with Jim and with Eric Name, because you're right, he doesn't want to be the bad guy. And also, you know, he probably wants to just enjoy the rest of his season, and he knows that he's not going to be moved. So it's like, hey, no, I want to be here in Milwaukee. I want to commit to making this work, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like go back to high school, right? And there's the 10 out of 10, and she's a little bit out of your league, and you kind of like have the girl that you're already going to homecoming with or that you're dating, but you still want to take a stab. Then the other girl, though, finds out that you asked out the other girl.
And you didn't think they were friends, but they have fucking homeroom together, bro.
You got to walk it all back, right? And you got to be like, no.
You checked their class schedules to make sure they didn't interact, but you forgot that she's a Smith and she's a Sanders, and they're in the same fucking homeroom, you dumb shit.
You're like, I'm committed to you. I've always been committed to you. That was all bullshit made up by, and then you just find that big gossiper, big mouth in class, Shams. Shams made that shit up. I never asked her out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to shams a girl into being my wife back in college.
Did you?
10 years. I was like, no, you'll like me. You'll love me. No, I won't. Yeah, you will. No, I won't. And then it never happened.
That's because that was like the culture back then, though. Like the TV shows kind of told you that if you kept like bothering and harassing the pretty girls,
and friend zone worked in 10 years.
Yeah, like you were watching Seth Cohen.
You could have a pact with a girl that was like, if we don't get married at 30, we should just like fuck around and get married. Because you thought by the time she was 25, she would be like, actually, I can't wait till 30. I love you.
The difference was, though, between like you and Seth Cohen was Seth Cohen's dad was Sandy Cohen, rich lawyer. They lived in the OC. They had like a boat and they lived, right on the water. And he had a lot more to offer than you did. At least back then. You were eating wings on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you like to win the Super Bowl? I need to change the title of this YouTube because people might accidentally find Super Bowl picks I'm in, and then after talking about Paul Allen, my hair plugs, and Giannis, we'll get to the picks.
Yeah, we'll get to them here. We'll get to them. I actually have 15 bets. I talked about these yesterday with Ostrowski. I'm going to go over them again with you and see which ones you like and which ones you want to bet with me. Some of these numbers might be gone because, Well,
how confident are you in these? Because I'm interested in betting every single thing that you bet. Because I would like to say this too. I have, I'm going all in. So I had a couple, $100 in Bitcoin, let's say, nothing fancy.
Okay.
I got some money sitting in my PayPal. You got your emergency Venmo funds. I'm going all in. Every last dollar I am putting into the Super Bowl. So I need to win some of this shit. I need this money.
Me too.
I'm not going to need it forever. But I need it right now.
Do you think Rodgers does one more tour, one more year with McCarthy?
Rodgers, I need to watch. He did an interview with Tucker Carlson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When?
I just saw a clip last night.
Does he talk about the big guy and if he's coming back to play for him for one?
I don't think they talk football at all.
If I were a betting man, minus 500, he brings up how he was right about COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Even when Tucker, like on the last Rogan, I think Rogan was even like, nah, man. The best time to gamble is when you need the money. Totally right, though. Totally true. All right. So
that's when you put you're the most desperate, so you put the most effort into it.
I haven't bet the side or the total because I think that New England's going to start slow. I think Seattle's going to win the game, but I don't want to lay 4.5 with Sam Darnold just in case we get the old Sam Darnold. In the way that the Patriots defense has been playing, they got a top 10 run defense. They have really good corners. I think that they're going to play more zone in this game, even though they play a ton of man. So I am going to wait and maybe try to bet New England live if they get off to a slow start. I want to cheer for Drake May. I'm not going to bet the total either, but I got a ton of props. Let's start.
Well, hold on. What's like, so last year, and this is another reason that I really need this Super Bowl, because last year I had the Super Bowl pegged. I knew the Eagles would smoke the Chiefs. You remember this sob story? I knew the only way to beat the Chiefs was to smoke them. And I knew the Eagles would smoke them. So I found the biggest alternate lines I could. And I found an alternate line of minus 19. And they were up, 36-0?
Yeah.
And then they won by 18. So I put all my money on minus 19.
I can make the case for this. I mean, like, depending what team you like, I think that it could get ugly either way, right? Like, if Darnold...
I feel like this is going to start... I feel like this is going to be a classic New England Super Bowl where the first quarter is like nothing to nothing.
Yeah.
Darnold's not going to know what the fuck to do. Drake May is going to be confused as all shit. I mean, I'm seeing a 0-0 first quarter.
Okay, so me too. So that'll be the first prop bet that I bet, and I got a better price, plus 110. I don't remember if we talked about this, but you could get right now. I bet this at FanDuel, go into team specials, and go into what happens first, I believe is the market, or just, you could even like use the search engine, but it's FanDuel, I know for sure, and it was plus 110. I think it's minus 135. I still like it, and it's New England's first drive to result in points or a punt. sometimes you get that like first drive touchdown, 6-1.
So not an interception or a fumble, not a turnover.
No, I think it's going to be a punt. Like, I think they're going to go 3-and-out against this Seattle defense.
Yeah.
And so that's one that I have. Let's go New England bets for New England player props that I have first, because I feel like we talked about last week, the first two that I bet, and I still really like these, and the number hasn't really moved a whole lot. I like Ramondre Stevenson under 15.5 rush attempts. I bet at -124. You could still get 14.5. I really like the under on his rush yards as well, but it opened at like 56.5, and now we're 49.5, 48.5, I believe, in some spots. So I'm going to stay away from that. I still like the under on the rush attempts. He had 25 carries in the AFC Championship game because it was a snow game. It was a weather game. I don't like this matchup, though, against Seattle. I don't think he gets 15, 16 carries.
It's really tough to figure out when it's going to be Ramondre and when it's going to be Henderson. It's really tough.
Well, the issue is with Henderson. I played him, so that's the second prop I have. I have Henderson over 17.5 rush yards. You could actually get 16.5. I bet a shitty number. There is some juice there, though. But he only played last week three snaps he got in the AFC Championship game. He got 3 carries. That was his lowest total since I'm looking at it right now, week 7. He's only had 7 carries in the last 6 quarters here in the playoffs, and it's because they don't trust him in pass protection. And Stevenson has been a beast, but I think we're going to get more Henderson with an extra week to prep, because you can't really run the ball on Seattle. Right now, they're number 1 in DVOA, and Stevenson, he's led the league 6.9 yards per carry against stacked boxes, but Seattle doesn't really stack the box to stop the run. In fact, they use it at the second lowest rate. When you just play regular, he only averages 3.1 yards per carry. Right now, running back 45 out of 48. So I like his unders. Henderson under on the attempts. I think he gets like 12 to 13 touches, especially if New England, they're 4.5-point dogs. As if it's a negative game script and they have to throw and they're playing from behind, how much are they going to run the ball? I mean, Drake May might use his legs. I hope not, because I'll get to that in a second. But Henderson over 17.5 rush yards. Stevenson under on the rush attempts. I like those a bunch. And I also took the under on Drake May rush yards. Everybody's going to bet the over, and I get why. As good as Seattle's run defense is, they do give up some quarterback scrambles, and Drake May's been really efficient. Not so much on the quarterback design stuff, but the scrambles. But this opened at 39.5. I bet the under. I think it's now at like 36, 37.5. I think they're going to keep him in the pocket. Last one for Drake May. I bet him to throw a pick, -135. You said it, man. I think he gets off to a sloppy start. He's taken way too many sacks. The Patriots' offensive line has really struggled, especially Will Campbell here the last 3-4 weeks, whatever it's been since he came back from that knee injury. So for the Patriots, Stevenson under 15.5 rush attempts. Henderson over 17.5 rush yards. Drake May under 39.5 rush yards. Also, I have Stephon Diggs under 17.5 on the longest reception. He's not really the vertical guy. If anybody's going to beat you over the top,
but he's going to catch a lot of those screen passes, and if he breaks one,
you're fucked. But I think that's going to be more Kayshon Boutte, the vertical guy. So I did.
Yeah, and then they got a receiving core. It's like Boutte, Douglas, Kyle Williams. I never know who the fuck is catching it. I never know who's gonna. And then I'll like take Douglas and something, and a guy scores. I'm like, fuck yeah, Douglas. And then they're like, Kayshon Boutte touch. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't figure out who's who still. I didn't learn their numbers.
So as far as the Patriots, for me, it'll be a good weekend if Stephon Diggs doesn't have an 18-yard reception, if Stevenson doesn't have 15 carries, and if Henderson finally gets on the field, and all we need, 20 yards rushing. I know a lot of people are also playing the receptions. I like the rushing yards a little bit better, and I do think Drake May is going to throw a pick, and I don't know that he's going to run all over Seattle. So that's what I got on their side. I got a ton of Seahawks props.
Let me continue. Let me get back. So I think that we're looking at as maybe not 0-0, but I don't think anyone's scoring a touchdown in the first quarter. So, but I do think eventually things will open up in the second half.
See, I think the same.
I made one $7 bet that Mac Hollins scores 2 touchdowns.
You know he doesn't wear shoes. I don't think we documented.
Mac Hollins doesn't wear shoes? Like to the games? Ryan, what if it's cold? What if it's cold, though? Does he still not show up with shoes if it's cold?
All right, so I got a bet for you. Go to FanDuel right now. First quarter correct score, if you think it's going to be scoreless, plus 750.
I can't bet on FanDuel here.
Oh, well, I have Venmo if you want to throw it out to me. You can shop around. Maybe some of these other books have it. I brought up FanDuel because they're actually allowing me to bet more than $10 a prop. Unlike BetMGM, can't even sign into my account.
What?
Yeah, I was trying to bet
because of the
Sam
show.
Darnold. So I was trying to bet.
That's not because of the show, is it?
No. I just had a really good year. I tried to bet Sam Darnold rush yards, and they were only allowing me. They were allowing me to bet $7.70 only. So I was like, fuck this.
How are they looking at your account like you're any random noob? You're Ryan Horvat.
Well, they probably don't like me too much these days, I guess. Seeing as I don't work there. They shut off my key and everything. I'm with you, though. I think it's going to be a lower.
You get any more severance checks? I got my last one.
Your last one? For good?
Well, because when you get laid off by the same company twice in 3 years, I've kind of already collected my severance is the problem.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, we better make a lot of money on the Super Bowl then.
Like I'm saying, dude, I need to.
That's why I'm not going to bet the side or the total pre-flopper before the game. Let's say Seattle gets off to a slow start. I could bet them live at a better number than 4.5. Let's say New England gets off to a slow start. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout. And then as far as the total, I'm with you. I think it's going to start slow. I would rather bet a second half over. What?
What's the game over under?
Was 45 yesterday. It is now. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, because I think it's going to go over. But I think it's going to – I'm thinking
45 and a half.
I'm thinking of like that Patriots-Panthers Super Bowl that was like 0-0. It was like 3-0 at halftime or 3-3. And then they exploded. You know, we had a colleague, people don't know this. One time they won on a Bucks game because they took the over-under of 10. Remember that?
10 total points. I'll never forget that. I wish we had access to the I don't even remember what the drive was, all the old audio at that radio.
No, but I think that was an off-the-air conversation.
Some of the worst takes from some of my good friends, too. Ben Simmons over Giannis is the worst take in sports media history. I'm sorry, G. I can't let you. That's the worst sports take ever. You guys can come at me with the Aaron Rodgers shit all you want.
You know, the thing about that take, though, is
Giannis, worst
the thing about that take is Sparky was probably like, all right, so Ben Simmons is having a couple good weeks. Is there anybody that would want him? And Rami's probably like, no. And Leroy's like, fuck no, or he doesn't swear. But then Gary's like, against who? Ben Simmons. And he'd be like, who's that joker? Ben Simmons. Yeah, you could say I will. Sure. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, kind of like back.
Gary don't give a fuck. The last person you ever need to like, hey, Gary, hey, Ellerson, got you on a bad take. He'll be like, yeah, I don't, first of all, care. Second of all, remember. Third of all, remember or care.
Hey, Gary, come on the kick drum. Hey, before we get to the Seattle Seahawks props, do you have an ad read? Because I have to go open up the door for the guy that's fixing my my TV.
Yes, my ad read is whoever wants to
I'll be right back.
This space, you can own this space. I don't want to shave my head, or my head would have been shaven already. Shaved? Shavoned? It would be gone. If I wanted it gone, it'd be gone. I want not a toupee, but I want to regrow my hair. And I want people to say, Bart, are you using something for your hair? You've been very outspoken that you're losing your hair. I want to say, no, you know what? I just started sleeping better. And so I'll do that in my public or in my private life. But then for you guys, obviously I would explain, yes, haircompany.com was great. Use promo code BART for 5 free follicles. So we're working on that. In the meantime, I can talk to you about Happy Place Hemp. Promo code is BART, happyplacehemp.com. Promo code BART, 25% off each and every order. We're talking gummies. We're talking tinctures. We're talking lip balms. We're talking seltzers. Go to happyplacehemp.com. Promo code is BART. Happyplacehemp.com. Promo code is BART. 25% off. Corey says, speaking of gone, where is the Milwaukee soccer team we were promised? I am wearing the sweatshirt today, Milwaukee Pro Soccer. In the 2022 World Cup, we went around to bars and promoted this brand. The team has not yet done anything. And so I don't know what's going on. I did do a year with them at Forward Madison as PA. I'm hopeful if they ever do start in Milwaukee that there could be an opportunity for your boy. But I don't know. I've heard nothing. I have nothing to say. People tweet me about it a lot because I'm like the one guy that's still wearing the merch. I wear this out in public. People are like, what's that? Remember that team? Oh, yeah. When's it? I don't know. Can you say? I can't. I like if they do come, I want a job with them. Me and my soon-to-be fresh head of hair.
Hey, as a former producer, there's a couple things I think that we need to clean up before we get to the Seattle Seahawks player props. First off, I want to start with Happy Women in Sports Day.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
You're kidding me right now.
No, I wanted to start with that. And then number two, we keep saying Super Bowl. Now that we do a podcast, are we allowed to say Super Bowl? Remember back in the day, it had to be big game, the big game breakdown. We're talking big game. How does this work now? Do we not have rules?
First of all, I also was going to say happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
Yeah.
But I was going to do like a little Paul Allen. So I'll give you the example. It's Girls Happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day for most of them. You know what I mean? Because there's like one. So see now it's like it. That's what he did. I need to be something. I need to be either a media critic or a program director or something. Or because I see Ryan Horvat. I see these people and I know what they're like. I know what they're doing. It's not about, I think that like there's like, I'm trying to figure out what, there's only like 10 or 11 different personalities people have. I don't think people are inherently that different. And I think that it's easy to spot someone and be like, oh, they're doing that because they're making a joke. And, you know, they might work at a place where they're trying to dog whistle or they're insecure. That's why he cuts his hair once a week. Matt LaFleur. I can read what people are feeling. I got to put that skill to the test. Anyway, happy National Girls and Women's Sports Day.
Yep.
What was the other thing you said?
Shout out to the Lady Redbirds, by the way, another win. Illinois State, coached by the great Kristen Gillespie. The other thing was,
shout out to Doug Gottlieb, who might actually be a decent coach.
Can we say Super Bowl or does it have to be big game?
We can say Super Bowl because we're talking about the Super Bowl. And if we're doing like advertisements, they're separate. If I was to say like however many points New England scores in the big game, you know, you'll get a promo. Then I would have to say big game. So if you're using it, like if I said, hey, free first beers on us at Bart's Brews and Brats if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I'd be in trouble because I can't do that. I'd have to say if New England scores in the big game.
Gotcha.
And did you know the NFL even tried to trademark the big game? Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Because they were pissed at everybody getting a workaround.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Some people call it, I've got some of these betting apps will call it the Pro Football Championship. Right?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can say Super Bowl all we fucking please, Horvat.
All right, so Super Bowl so far, Patriots bets, Stevenson under rush attempts, Henderson over rush yards, Drake May to throw a pick, Drake May under 39.5 rush yards, and then Diggs under 17.5 on the longest reception, -114. I got a ton of Seahawks ones. So you asked me my favorite ones because you probably don't want to bet all 14. Other than the Stevenson and Henderson looks on Seattle side, I think these are my favorites. All right, so.
Well, let me think what I think is going to happen first.
Okay.
Kenneth Walker's going to run the ball a lot.
Okay, so that's where I wanted to. Okay, good. You think so, huh?
Because they have Charbonnet, who's hurt.
Yep, I got 2 ways to play it.
But then George Halani, who got a little bit of a run in that championship game.
A little bit of a run.
And he could be the Charbonnet role.
Could be it.
And they do have Cam Akers.
They do? Kidding.
Yeah. He ended up there, I think. But I still think, like, so if there were 30 carries and 15 were Walker and 15 were Charbonnet, I think we're more at like a 21-9 distribution with Halani.
See, we're gonna be on opposite sides here because
so you're taking Halani? I want to. If you talk me into it, I'm down.
So I got Halani over 1.5 reception -130, and then for a long shot, I played some like alternate receiving yards. I think he's going to be more the third down back and the pass catcher. I think so because I'm playing.
You know what to make your money in betting is you got to figure out which team is going to have the ball in 2 minutes, and are they benching Derrick Henry to put in, what's that guy's name? Justice Ali. What the fuck's his name?
Justice Hill.
Yeah, and then there's an Ali. I'm combining names.
Ali Gordon.
Mitchell. Those kind of guys, though, and so that's where Halani. You gotta hope that there's a situation where the Seahawks, like when you get into that 2 minute, they always bench their starting running back and put in the other guy to throw to.
So that's why. Okay, so instead of like betting the game, I'm just gonna bet what I think is gonna happen, and I think that New England, even though they have really good corners. Marcus Jones and then Christian Gonzalez, even though he's a little bit beat up, but he should be really healthy now with an extra week off. I think even though they play a ton of man, top 10 rate, I think in this game against Seattle, going against JSN, even if you have Gonzalez, man, I think JSN's the best receiver in the league. I know Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Every week I'm like, this dude is fucking amazing, man. He's the best route runner. His hands are ridiculous. You can't stop him. And even with those two corners, I don't think you could play man. So I think they're going to play a ton of zone. So I'm going to play this a couple different ways. I think that Seattle on early downs is going to throw the football because what don't you want from Sam Darnold? You do not want 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 because New England's pass rush right now is legit. Top 10. They're sending the blitz a lot more. So I think initially, they're going to try to get natural pressure. And then if they don't, they're probably going to send the heat at Sam Darnold. This season, he's got 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. The numbers all dip a little bit when he's blitzed. You go back to a couple years ago when he was seeing ghosts against the Patriots. I think that he's going to throw the ball a lot. So I took Sam Darnold over 28.5 pass attempts, -124. I took Sam Darnold over 19.5 pass completions, -102. I think he drops back at least 35 times, and I think he completes at least 22 to 25 passes in this game. And I think a lot of it might be dink and dunk, man, because the Patriots are going to be able to limit what Seattle does on the outside, even with JSN and they're really good receivers and Kupp. So I think that not only is Halani going to catch at least 2 passes, my favorite prop bet, you can still get it, Kenneth Walker, FanDuel, over 20.5 receiving yards, -110. Because the Patriots' run defense is one of the best in the league. If you look at all season long, they're number 10, top 10. But weeks 1 through week 11, they were top 5. Then what happened was Milton Williams got hurt. Now he's back for the playoffs. With him off the field, they're number 11 in EPA per rush. They're number 11 in success rate. But with him on the field, they're number 2 in EPA per rush. And they're only giving up a 34% success rate, which is top 5. He gave up, with him on the field, there was 151 running back carries. None of them went for over 13 yards. The longest of the year was a 12-yarder. So I also played Kenneth Walker under 14.5 longest rush. I don't think Seattle's going to come out and run the ball on these early downs. I think they would rather run the ball on 2nd and 3rd. So if you have Darnold coming out, throwing the ball early, I think he's going to complete a bunch of passes. I don't think Walker is rushing for 76 yards. I could be wrong. I don't think he's going to hit a home run of 20 yards. So those are my favorite props for Seattle. Darnold over 19.5 completions. Darnold over 28.5 pass attempts. Kenneth Walker over 20.5 receiving yards. Halani over 1.5 catches. I like that more than the yards because I can see him just having 2 grabs in the game. Kenneth Walker under 75.5 rush yards. And then Kenneth Walker under 14.5 on the longest rush, -112. I also took A.J. Barner to have 1 rush yard because they run the tush push with him all the time. And right now it's plus 116. And then I took Darnold's rushing yards too, 5.5. I think if the pocket breaks down, there's going to be a scramble opportunity or two. So I love those props, man. But I think Kenneth Walker is going to struggle on the ground, but they're going to use him more as a pass catcher. And I think Seattle's going to throw the ball a lot more than the market projects because they're 4.5-point favorites. So you figure if they go up a touchdown or two, they could just take their foot off the gas, run the ball in the second half. I don't think they're going to do that, even if they are up in this game, man, because of the Patriots defense with Williams back. One of the better run defenses. Vrabel's a defensive genius. So I like those looks a lot.
So the way I see this game going, and again, I think I've only gotten one game right the entire playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of wild card weekend because I had the Steelers, I had the Packers, I had the Niners, I had the Chargers.
Did you win a game this? I'm trying to remember your win.
Bills over Jags. The Bills to beat Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, that was the one you had. That was a good call. A lot of people like Jacksonville in that one.
Well, that was my call. That was my only call. So I don't know, but I see it starting slow. Touchdowns. There's gonna be some random ass fucking guy that catches a touchdown. It's really gonna piss me off.
Helani, hopefully.
Well, I was thinking Arroyo.
So yeah. Oh my God. I'm trying to bet him. If you could find it for me, over receptions is a half just to have one grab. If you could find any, I can't find any here in DC. I was actually about to drive to MGM National Harbor when my wife gets off work. Dude, my fucking kid I love him. I shouldn't say my fucking kid. My son, Nathan, he's been off of school since last Monday. They just can't figure out this snow shit. Yes. So I can't leave him at home. So I need my wife to get home from work so I could go to, make a responsible decision here and go to the casino. I want a Arroyo props, though, if you could find it. I love that you said that.
How far are you away from there?
45 minutes. But the other day when I drove to do props, it took me 2.5 hours to get home because of a snowstorm. My wife was like, I know you're still there. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I got something to ask you. First of all, shout out to Danny. He's been watching. Shout out to Uncle Gordy.
Fuck yeah.
No, Charbonnet's hurt. Don't bet Charbonnet.
Hurt. Yeah, no Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Again,
don't bet Charbonnet.
I got Kenneth Walker, over 20.5 receiving yards, under 76.5 rush yards, under 14.5 longest rush. Henderson, over. Stevenson, under. I love that. What is that?
What the fuck?
Did you do that or did I do that?
Henderson.
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 Over. How did that happen?
Horvat had fireworks behind him.
That's when you know the bets are fucking slapping.
Yeah, that was sick.
Fuck
that was sick, bro.
What if I could make fire with my hands? I'd go rob a bank for us right now, and then we would buy our own radio station. Mornings with Winkler, afternoons with Horvat, nights with Bill Michaels. It would just be the re-air. No, I'm serious. With and I need the outdoor show too. We need Danny and the boys.
I'm gonna build a DraftKings lineup.
Oh, and we need the post-game show, the pick and save with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Build one right now. I want to help you build it. I got nothing to do for another hour.
Well, here we go. So I need a captain. You'll see I have a couple $100 in there. I'm betting it all. And then I'm never playing DraftKings again because I had a very sizable win once on DraftKings. I did it. I won a $5 contest and won a lot of money.
Does that say Tommy DeVito?
Over the course of my life, I've given most of it back. Tommy DeVito, what the fuck are you looking at? Yes, it does. It does. He's on New England.
You're like Jimmy Buffett. You made enough money and then you pissed it all away. I honestly, Captain, I think you got to go JSN because I do think that New England's going to play a ton of zone and I think he's going to eat underneath. He could have 11 receptions. I also bet him to win Super Bowl MVP plus 550. I also bet Marcus Jones 100-1 and Devin Witherspoon 250-1.
So what I want to do with this lineup is I need the guy, and I can really see JSN. If you're talking zone, like where Darnold drops back and then the camera goes and you're like, where's he throwing it? But then it's JSN who just finds that little pocket running from right to left, 15 yards, nobody around him. I do. I like, he's got to be, for me, the captain. He's got to be the captain.
What's Hunter Henry's price? Because I think he's going to see a ton of targets in the middle of the field.
He's got a questionable label.
He'll be all right. It's the fucking Super Bowl.
He's 7,000. He has not really done much in these playoffs. He scored against the Chargers.
I think he's going to score. I would draft him.
Well, do I want either of the quarterbacks is the question.
I would want Darnold. I think he's going to complete a shitload of passes, like I said.
What about May?
Is it dumb question? Is this PPR?
Yeah.
I think Kenneth Walker, again, is going to catch a ton of balls. I don't think that he's going to rush for 80 yards, but I think he's going to catch a ton of balls. I think you might want him, man.
Especially with like Henderson, right? We're big on Henderson. And he's cheap.
Do Henderson. I mean, it does scare me. He played 3 snaps last week. I mean, so don't kill me if I'm wrong, but yeah.
Well, you like a lot of his props.
May kill myself if I'm wrong. Go on. Kidding. Not funny.
What about our guy Arroyo?
No, don't do it, dude. Unless, like, how much money you have here?
I still got $6,000 on 3 guys each.
What about your boy Matt Collins? No love?
See, I don't know. I do feel like this piece of shit is going to score a touchdown. He's got 2 on the season.
I would rather play Kayshon Boutte. The thing is, though, Seattle doesn't give up anything vertical, so it's going to have to be luck.
But the problem is, a lot of these times I play stuff like either what I want to happen or I don't like Matt Collins. I don't like him. So I don't want to play him. And then Boutte I don't want to play because if I play Boutte, I should have played Douglas. So maybe I'll do a couple lineups and just switch the receiver.
You know who I don't hate? So Sam Darnold has really struggled in the red zone, man. Like terrible red zone numbers, and New England's red zone defense is really damn good. I can see this being a field goal fest. I would maybe take Seattle's kicker.
What about New England's kicker?
I don't know. I think I'd rather have Jason Myers, to be honest with you. I worry, like, is New England even going to be able to get the ball in the red zone? Seattle's defense is so good.
I could take Kyle Williams or George Helani or Jake Bobo or Austin Hooper.
Out of those guys, I would take Helani.
So this lineup that I have right now, because I threw Darnold in there, JSN, Walker, Myers, Darnold, Helani, Travion Henderson.
Yeah, I'm in on it. You got both backup backs.
I might as well just write DraftKings a check.
I don't know, man. JSN, good pick. Kenneth Walker could have a big day receiving. Henderson could jump off the milk carton.
Okay, so I'm going to do that lineup. I'm also going to do one more lineup where I take both quarterbacks.
Okay.
I take shitty Mac Hollins.
Take Cooper Kupp.
I take Cooper Kupp. I'm going to captain Cooper Kupp.
Oh, God. In the Lord's year of 2026.
And then we're going to throw in JSN. And I could go Patriots kicker, Shaheed, Barner, Douglas.
Yeah, I like that.
See, I don't know which of these guys catches balls between Douglas, Williams, Boutte.
Not Williams. Douglas. Probably be your best bet.
Maybe I'll do one where I take all the because I'm going to do a couple of these.
Or you could take Diggs.
And I could take Diggs, but then I can't afford. I got to take somebody out. Whether that's May or Darnold.
Maybe Cooper Kupp.
Well, I captained his ass.
You could put in like Arroyo though now.
I'm not captaining Arroyo. You know who I'm going to captain is, you can get this guy, Robbie Oates.
There you go.
He had one target last week, and I think he's the longest shot of an anytime scorer at plus 4,300.
I feel like out of principle, we have to bet him right here.
Robbie Oates.
Oots.
The Oots is on fire.
What's the first touchdown? Oots. You got to be 500 to 1.
Well, he is questionable.
Yeah, he's been dealing with turf toe.
I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later, but I got the one shitty lineup in there, which is all just pretty much we like the Seahawks to win this game.
Yeah, I think Seattle wins the game. I mean, you know, if New England could pick off Sam Darnold and get a bunch of pressure on him and he coughs the ball up, I could also see New England winning the game. That's why I went all props. Like last year, the Super Bowl was so fun because I had the Eagles futures and I didn't hedge any of them. So I was going to make a ton of money or I was going to be really, really sad. This year, I like all these props, but I don't really like the side or the total right now. I am going to bet something. I feel like you have to have at least a little side money on the game. I was hoping just to run into a Patriots fan, like at the gym, and just bet like $200 on the game, like $250 on the game, and just be like, hey, straight up, you know, you got to get like a really confident fan, a homer. What are the no odds? Just even money, $250 a piece. Because I would love to bet Seattle on the money line, but right now best price is minus 212. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You watch the game and then you like live bet.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked if Darnold just went back like full Darnold against the Patriots defense.
There is
Because if they can't run the ball.
There's one more Patriots receiver that I'm interested in. Not a lot of people know about him.
Wes Welker.
Look at this route running.
Is that real?
That's Dave Portnoy running.
Does he have a torn something?
I don't know.
Something has to be torn. Oh my God, why is he running? Why are his shoulders up like that?
That's how I walk.
That reminds me of the video of Sparky and Rami running.
I'm in that video.
I don't remember you in the video because I couldn't get over how unathletic Sparky was. I have a take. If you don't have to be like a former athlete or anything, but like if you're that like if you run like Sparky, I don't think you could have an opinion on any athlete ever.
Well, Sparky would have lapped Portnoy 4 or 5 times.
I don't know. Don't know.
All right, so we like Seattle and we like Efron Chisholm to score.
Who? No, we like Kenneth Walker over 20.5 receiving yards, under 14.5 longest rush, under 75.5 rush yards. We like Stevenson unders, Henderson overs, Sam Darnold over 19.5 completions. We love. And Sam Darnold over 28.5 pass attempts. We also love. And then our guy Helani, we need him to catch 2 balls. AJ Barner to rush for a yard. Drake May not to rush for 40 yards under there. And yeah, Stephon Diggs under 17.5 longest reception as well. I'll probably add a couple more. Nathan wants to bet heads this year as far as the coin toss, so we're going heads. I haven't done anything with the anthem. I would only bet the over with our guy Charlie Pluth. I haven't done anything with the halftime show because I don't have any access to any offshore books anymore.
Well, which show?
Halftime show. Oh, the Kid Rock one, of course. The Turning Point USA. Yeah.
Lee Bryce. I can bet.
Wait, who's with him? Lee Bryce.
I think.
Is that the Hard to Love guy?
I don't know.
Hard to love. No, I don't make it easy.
I can bet what the announcers are going to say during the championship.
Is tit fuck on there?
Tit fuck is at 13%.
Who's calling the game?
Tarico and Chris.
Oh.
So next gen stat is 90% chance they'll say because they always do a next gen stat on NBC.
Is PFF on there?
No.
Oh, because you know Collinsworth's going to be like, PFF has Christian McCaffrey rated running back number 22.
See, it's 96% that they say MVP at some point in the game. So I should just bet $1,000 on it.
No. What's
$20?
What's the price on Mahomes?
To say Mahomes?
There? Yeah, to say Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, 60% chance.
You know Collinsworth's going to bring him up.
Well, Romo called Josh Allen Mahomes the other day just for no reason.
Romo needs to be taken out back and shot. He is terrible. At first, I thought it was just like
15% to say Portnoy.
At first, the Romo slander was a little like just everybody angry on the internet. He is that bad. He's fucking terrible. And Brady only continues to get better.
Well, yeah, Brady
Romo,
rules. I don't think watches the games.
No, he just says the most obvious shit.
Yeah, Romo just shows up.
I would never want to speculate, but if somebody told me Romo was like drinking right up until kickoff, during the game, I wouldn't be shocked.
Brady's like the host of a radio show where you gotta make sure everything he's putting in the prep work, and Romo's just like the other guy, the second chair. He just shows up. I'll just react to what he says. I watch the games. I don't need to prep.
Everything he says is always wrong, too. He'll be like, oh, Jim, you don't want to mess with this guy. You do not want to get him fired up. And it's like Cam Hayward, and then there's like a 15-yard rush from James Cook right up the asshole.
There was a play, I think it was the AFC Championship game. Romo predicted something like he always used to do, and it came true. And so Jim Nantz was like so over the top effusive, like, wow, Tony, that was really good, Tony. Tony, you called it, Tony. Remember the first year that Jim Nantz took a week off and Tony Romo was going to work with someone else and Jim Nantz didn't let him because he belongs to him?
Do you think Jim Nantz just goes home to his 28-year-old girlfriend and just complains about Romo? Like, this fucking douchebag, man.
Jim Nantz lives on a golf course? People forget.
People forget that he used to give his tie to the most outstanding player of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, some 19-year-old kid comes home.
Bill Michaels used to do the same.
Fucking guy gave me his tie. He what?
Mike McGivern, back when he used to do the high school stuff, the most outstanding player that he would just give a pair of his boxers to.
Young man, you were the most outstanding player of the game.
Remember when he used to get so pissed at Billy when Billy would do the voice? Oh, that was great.
Good times. The glory days, some would say.
Unfortunately.
All right, so we're on Seattle, huh?
Well, I haven't bet them. No, we're on Kenneth Walker receiving yards.
That's it?
Well, no, I gave out 15 bets. Go back and listen to them all.
I need a $10 bet that's going to win me $3,000. Is that your MVP bet?
Super Bowl MVP, Marcus Jones, if you like the Patriots, or Devin Witherspoon, if you like the Seahawks. The corners.
Okay.
Now, we're going to need like 2 picks, but I think with these quarterbacks, it's possible, dude.
Well, good luck. What are you doing for the big game?
Got invited to a couple parties. Did not want to go to any of them. I have to go to a party on Friday for the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
They're on right now. I'm going to watch curling after this.
So I'm doing that on Friday. Sunday, just sticking around at home. I like to watch the game by myself with my son and my wife. We ordered some Portillo's. It'll be here tomorrow.
You ordered it like from Chicago?
Yeah, from Chicago. My mother-in-law.
They do that?
Yeah, they do it. You could use like Gold Belly, but I just did it right through Portillo's, and they'll deliver it. We've done it all. We've gotten the Italian beef, and you get the bread, you get the hot peppers, the giardiniera, all that fun shit. We've also gotten the hot dogs, the Chicago dogs. My wife got the chocolate cake this time as well. But yeah, we just ordered it right off the website. I was able to use my gift cards. Everybody just for Christmas now gives me gift cards to Portillo's. The only problem is I don't live near a Portillo's, but I just get it ordered here. Eat Italian beef for like 4 straight days.
Yeah, I got gift cards to Perkins.
I guess for prediction-wise, I'll go Seattle 24, New England 21. Seattle wins but does not cover.
And what's the over-under? 43?
45, so it's a push.
Yeah, I just think there's going to be some bullshit touchdown scored.
I think what we do is we wait and we live bet the over, maybe like the second half over. If we do that, we go on Twitter and we just tweet out a green light, and that means go.
But I think it's going to be like 6-0 at halftime.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why we're not going to live bet. We're not going to bet the over before the game because I can
let
see
it come down to 30.
Yeah, these defenses are fucking awesome. That's why these teams are here. So I could see this being a 17-13, 13-10 defensive battle like we got in the AFC Championship game. But also these quarterbacks are better than Jarrett Stidham. I don't know how healthy Drake May is. I think there's a lot to this injury because, I mean, he's taken bad sacks all season. The other thing is, man, Drake May has a rocket for an arm and he wants to throw the ball down the field. But now he's going against one of the better secondaries that doesn't allow that. Same thing like Darnold. I think that the Patriots, like I said, are going to play a ton of zone rather than man. So it'll be a bunch of like little paper cuts, little dinking and dunking. That's why I'm just going to stick with the props. I keep trying to talk myself into betting New England. I want to cheer for Drake May just because then I could like go on Twitter and retweet all the times in 2019 and 20. I said he was going to be the best quarterback, and I was right again.
I think I'm going to go live Sunday night if you want to join.
I may. You know what I miss? Remember when there would be like a big episode of a show after the Super Bowl, like a new episode of Seinfeld or Friends? We don't have that anymore. It's like,
well, we do.
Watch the news as this guy gets shot in the face live on the street.
No, there's a show.
What?
Don't you remember last year it was The Floor and everybody made fun of that game show?
Was that the one with Steph Curry or no?
No, that's with Rob Lowe.
Oh, God. Rob Lowe is not aged today, though. He still looks like Rob Lowe, 1998.
Here, let me just finish up with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back in time and see what you remember about the show. This will take 5 minutes, but my computer's dying. About the show that came on after the Super Bowl. Okay?
Okay.
So I've pulled it up. So this year, it's actually, you're right. It's going to be the Winter Olympics. See? So NBC is really excited that they have sports, and then they're going to go with the Olympics.
Oh, so they're going to go from the Super Bowl right into the Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sweet. I like that. More bet. If you lose a bunch of money, you can bet the curling event right after. Sweet.
Last year, Fox aired The Floor, as I mentioned. The year before that, CBS aired Tracker.
Remember that. No.
Next Level Chef got it on Fox.
Don't remember.
The Winter Olympics, they also did this in 22.
Don't remember.
Do you remember when The Equalizer debuted?
The movie with Denzel Washington?
No, the show with Queen Latifah.
No, was it based off the movie with Denzel Washington, though?
I think it might have been.
I don't remember that one now.
The Masked Singer debuted a season once. Were you one of the 27 million that watched that?
I was not. No, I didn't catch that one either.
All right. The World's Best was a singing show, I believe, hosted by James Corden.
Don't remember that either.
Yeah, that flopped. This Is Us had a episode after the Super Bowl. You were big into the big three, I know.
Was not into that one. It seemed really depressing, and life's depressing enough.
That new 24 aired after the Super Bowl.
Remember, I was there for that, man. Shout out. I fucking love Kiefer Sutherland in 24. Me and the boys.
But this was the knockoff. This was with the other guy.
I didn't like Legacy, but I gave it a shot, though. It was terrible. But I did like 24, the original.
Who was the guy in that?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Hawkins. Where's this guy been?
Who?
Corey Hawkins.
No idea. I got to see what he even looks like.
Before that, CBS aired The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Don't remember watching that one.
The Blacklist.
Nope.
Do you remember the year Fox went with New Girl? Prince was on it, and then Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, I was a fan of New Girl. Great show. Brooklyn Nine-Nine never got into. I hate that dude. Andy, whatever, Dickenbach.
Sandberg?
Yeah, not a fan.
Elementary, The Voice, Glee.
Nope.
Undercover Boss.
Nope.
The Office had a 1 hour episode.
Yeah, Stress Relief. 1 hour. 1 hour.
House, Criminal Minds. Grey's Anatomy. We watched that episode in college. That was called Black. That was when the coach from Friday Night Lights had a bomb in his chest explode.
Kyle Chandler?
Yeah.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose unless there's a fucking bomb in your chest.
Simpsons and American Dad.
Yep, remember those.
Survivor All-Stars.
Remember that.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Don't remember.
Survivor Season 2. I had a girl over at my house to watch that one.
Nice.
The Practice. I remember this one. Family Guy and The Simpsons came on.
Yep.
All right.
Third Rock from the Sun, I remember.
That was after the Packers lost to the Broncos, and then After we beat New England, it was the X-Files, Friends, Extreme, John Larroquette show. So it's a nice little Davis Rules, of course. We all remember that show.
Oh yeah, Davis Rules. I'm actually, when we get off here, I'm gonna go watch a couple eps of that before I have to go pick up my son.
The first ever Super Bowl was aired by 2 networks, and they aired Lassie afterwards.
Lassie had a good run there.
Yeah, it did.
The College Bowl.
Yeah, that's like a quiz game.
Oh, no.
They brought it back. Didn't Manning host it?
Sounds about right. Go Seahawks.
Right. Well, now we're just dicking around.
Go Kenneth Walker. Catch a bunch of passes.
Enjoy the game.
I will.
Enjoy the game.
I'll try. I'll try.
Thank you all, and enjoy the game for stopping into the Winklerverse.